We found the puppies because we had previous experience with their mother. We went out of our way and down the street to try to find her because we knew that she was pregnant and we wanted to feed her. When we found her, we knew that she had given birth. We started to feed her, and after eating, she started to walk away. Every time she went about 3 yards, she would look behind her to see if we were following. One day after school, we were playing with the puppies when we discovered that one had a hole in his head. We contacted our parents and they said that there was nothing that we could do that day. A few days later, we came back to see if he was all right, and he wasn't. The hole got bigger and his face got worse. His eyes swelled up, and if he did ever recover, he probably wouldn't be able to ever use it again. Lucky for us, we had the right medication that day. We would continue giving it to him every day until he recovered. However, even though he did recover, he was always the slowest one, and he was always behind. His head finally healed, and he could see in both eyes now. Since he didn't get as much food as the others, we gave him his own food bowl. Suddenly, he got another infection, and his head swelled up once again. We brought him to the vet, and the vet cut it open so the pus could escape. After a while, his head healed, and he was perfectly fine. In late December, something else happened. Somebody must have beat him, like they beat his mom. Only this time, instead of broken bones, he was completely paralyzed. We found him laying in a trash pit. He couldn't move at all. He was so happy to see us, but he couldn't express it because he couldn't move. We got worried and called someone to help. The lady performed a couple exercises and told us to do this to him every single day. The problem was we were going to go on a Christmas vacation, and we couldn't possibly do it. We asked around for anybody that could help, but nobody replied, so we left him. When we got back, he was barely able to walk for a few days, but then his problem got worse. We decided just to bring him to the vet. There was no physical therapy that could possibly help him. This time he was paralyzed, but he also had an infection on his rib cage. We brought him inside so that we could bathe him and then bring him to the vet, but before we even started washing him, his infection popped. It was a struggle to keep him from licking it. We realized that since he was paralyzed, this was probably the only food source that kept him alive. We brought him to the vet to see what he could do. The vet cleaned out his infection and a man we knew took Asha away. The man never gave any updates or photos. When we asked about Asha, he said that he returned him to the village. That's not what we wanted. We wanted him back in our area. We loved Asha so much. Recently, we asked the man if he could send us any photos. He said that he would, but that was a week ago. We're worried that he might have died and the man is trying to cover it up. When we gave Asha to him, Asha was skinny, wouldn't eat, and was paralyzed. We can only pray that Asha's okay.